Okay, hello. This is the first time I've done this intro, and I thought it was important to call a bit of a meeting of the back post and just have a bit of a chat because it's the final day of the Premier League on Sunday. Mad things have happened all week in regards to the Championship, the battle for top four, Tottenham's hellish weeks ahead. So we thought we'd better talk about it quickly. So hello again, boys.
What do you mean again, Josh? This is the first time we're saying hello.
Yeah, not spoke to you for a while. How are you doing?
All good, boys, all good. Yeah, it's getting tight, man. The last day of the season is upon us. It's extremely tight between 3rd and 7th, and all three of our teams are in that.
Yeah.
And the relegation spots. I think we should start off talking about, for some reason, United West Ham, not the champions.
We don't talk about the champions, do we? But no, let's talk about West Ham.
Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
So, if you've watched football the past few days, it's been a tough time for all of us. I think we drew with West Ham last night, 1-1. It was one of the most stressful games I've watched all season because there was so much at stake, and we slipped again, didn't we? We dominated all game. We did. We had all the possession. We just did absolutely nothing with it. It was so frustrating. And then, obviously, you've seen the handball incident, I'm sure. Absolutely ridiculous.
You mean when it hit his face?
Yeah, I thought he was going to try and play it off like it hit his face, but he didn't. He knew, didn't he, straight away?
No, he absolutely.
He tried to.
He held his face
he
on
kept,
the ground.
He kept going kept going through his nose as if there was blood there.
I mean, you would do, even though there's cameras, about 1 million cameras watching you. But no, that just said everything about what was going on. Every time we have the chance to jump at 3rd, even 4th, we fuck it up basically. But luckily,
you're 3rd, but okay.
Well, yeah, but that we wasn't before that, was we? I thought Chelsea were going to do
that.
No. But anyway, yeah, we pulled one goal back. We played all right after that, but then it was just a dead game from the 60th minute onwards.
I don't think you're giving West Ham enough credit. I was watching that game. I thought they
played
quite
well. Yeah, I think you're being harsh.
No, they went 1-0 up and put 9 men behind the ball.
No, but they knew what they were doing. Like they knew to keep the ball away from your midfield.
We're not talking the 20th game of the season where there's a bit to play for and you've got to push things. West Ham, to guarantee the Premier League survival, needed a point. Mm-hmm. So if they go 1-0 up against United, you have absolutely no right.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm not saying they shouldn't have, but
they should absolutely. The fact that they started Noble again. One of the really weird things I noticed as well. Just poor Noble. He is the penalty taker. Why did Antonio take that penalty?
There was an interview actually afterwards.
That was so sad.
No, there was an interview afterwards, and Antonio was on 9 goals, and Noble said to Antonio, "If there's a pen, you take it so you can get 10." So he's actually a sound guy.
I mean, how angry would you be as a West Ham fan if he'd missed that there?
Oh God!
But no, but from the draw, I honestly thought that it would go to the Leicester game and we'd slip against Leicester. But then, something magical happened at 8:15.
Oh, we're already on that. We're done with the analysis of your game now.
Forget it.
Let's just quickly pull back. So why was Fosse Mensah hooked? Was he that bad?
I don't think he was that bad, honestly. I think
he was on a yellow, but
I think the reason was that Bissaka is obviously more attacking and can cross better than him. I think Fosse Mensah he's originally a centre half, isn't he? So he's got that defensive mentality. But no, I didn't think he played bad, but we just needed more going forward, didn't we? Which is why we brought Wamby on.
Right. And salvage that, and then obviously Greenwood again took his goal fantastically.
He did. He's the youngest. I think the first 18-year-old scored 10 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He is clearly class, and exciting times ahead for that one. But apart from that, I didn't really. I'll be honest with you. I've watched the match of the day for this one. I watched Chelsea Liverpool, but I didn't.
Like I said, not much happened. We had all the ball. We couldn't do anything with it because they defended very well.
Yeah. And that's all they can do. And sadly, West Ham will not be going down. Silence on that one.
Yeah, that one.
But hey.
So, yeah, but anyway, what happened later on that night, Jay?
Well, so this game was crazy last night. We all know it was crazy. I did a fan cam on it, so you can see my like pretty quick reaction to it. I had to calm down a little bit, I won't lie. But I don't know, like that game was crazy. The first goal was incredible from Keita there. Like he just smashed that one to the top bins. And yeah, Kepa's a shit goalie, but there's not a lot of goalies that would have saved that. It was a really beautiful goal. Most of their goals were screamers. I don't think
any keeper would save Keita's.
No.
Like, that was fantastic.
There was some, and Williams at fault for the goal, but even then, like no one would have thought he would have just smashed that one in. Second goal, never a free kick in my eyes. That was so poor from the ref.
I agree with you, but it was clumsy. Like it's always gonna. Yeah, it's one of those weird ones where it's always going to be given. It's a good tackle. It is a good tackle, and in old football, he gets the ball, and that's cool. But the fact is, what the ref can see, because even though he does get the ball, he does then get the man, and unfortunately, in today's game, they are given everything.
No, I get that, but he gets so little of the man that I thought it was quite calculated how much of the ball he got and how little of Mane got. And the only reason why he gave it is because Mane went down like really, really dramatically. And I think that's where VAR should step in and say, no, sorry, that's a clear dive. He got so little of his ankle that it doesn't...
Yeah. For example, if that had happened in the box, the ref would have given a penalty, and I'm pretty sure it would have been overturned.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right, but the VAR doesn't look at free kicks in that way.
No, it's VAR being shit again.
Do, I think it's led to a direct goal.
Yeah.
But...
I said to my dad, watch it, they're going to score this. It's not a free kick and they're going to score this. Anyway, Liverpool came out and Liverpool have been a bit, they've been a bit dry since the restart. Like they won the league and they've kind of not looked the same. But this game, they came out and they were deadly. Anytime they were attacking, it was scary. But we didn't go down without a fight, and that's what I really liked about this game. Usually, like the Sheffield United game, for example, we just got slapped and we just held our heads down and walked home. But this time we were like, no, we're going to try fight for this. And at one point, when it was 4-3, I bet you lot were thinking the same thing, but I thought we were going to get at least a draw out of that game.
I did, to be fair. I thought they were going to crumble in the end because I thought in the back of Liverpool's mind that, I mean, this is being a United fan, I thought they wanted Chelsea to come back a little bit.
Well, I don't think
any athlete really thinks like that, but it's one of those things where it could have swung either way. I was watching it now. You can see it going 4-4, but and then I don't know. It was party night for Liverpool. They were lifting the trophy. Fireworks were going off. It was the closest thing to an atmosphere we've had. Since the restart. And as good as we'll talk about Pulisic in a minute. As good as you became, it's not like you took your defence off, and that was the problem.
100%.
It was always liable.
There's a couple of the goals, I didn't speak about this, there's a couple of the goals that they're just not picking up their men. Like Zuma for the one, I think there was just a ball put in, and all he has to do is stay on his man, jump up and head it away, but instead he's like a couple yards in front of him, leaving Asby, who's behind the man, to try and defend it. And then there's times where Alonso was just like not there, and it was just it's the same problem whole season. It's been the defence, we all know this, and it was just there today. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about the defence. It's been shit. Kepa was pretty shit as well.
You could say this about any game ever, but Salah could have had a couple as well. Like he fluffed his lines a few times, so it's interesting. Like I think as you gave as good as you got, but Liverpool did. It was a deserved win. I said this last night, and you said it as well, Josh. There was no shame in losing that game. They were the better team. I'm happy that we fought for not to lose. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between getting slapped and not trying to do anything about it, and then getting slapped but being valiant in defeat. At the end of the day, it's a good. You'd rather lose 5-3 than 1-0 every single day of the week.
Yeah, exactly. And also like I want to just. Special mention to Frank Lampard telling Klopp to fuck off on the sideline. Has everyone seen this?
I didn't hear this, no.
No, so there's a clip on Twitter. I retweeted it today, right? And like it's about the VAR, right? And I think Klopp's going, calm down, because all of Klopp's boys off the bench stood up and were like, kind of like, give it the big one to Frank. And Frank was like, fuck off. And he goes, and then Klopp goes, it's not a free kick. And Frank just goes, it's not a free kick. Fuck off. Sit down. And it's so funny. It's brilliant. It was such a bad boy move. He's just like, fuck off, Klopp. And I loved that. So a special mention to you, Frank. That was beautiful.
My only other points I want to make on the game is that, let's just credit where credit's due. Both his goal and his assist were phenomenal. As Pulisic, like, the assist was better in my opinion, just to watch him.
Oh, the way he ran at
fantastic,
everyone,
just to watch him weave, and then that ball is so good.
He was playing so well. He could have got another one.
He gets it round the man.
Yeah.
Well, he missed in between his assist and his goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
He just dragged it wide.
It was a world class performance.
Phenomenal.
It was a world class performance.
But that's my issue here, because that's the one flaw I think Frank might have as a manager. And prove me wrong if you want, or say I'm wrong. But for me, I think he's a bit too, because he's been a player so recently.
Mm-hmm.
So recently, I think he won't. Pulisic should be starting, and he's going to chop and change his side and unsettle it too much because he believes that other players should be starting, and when really he should. He's too nice in a way because he knows what it feels like to be dropped, and I feel like he then is a bit he's not ruthless enough with your team, and that's why he keeps giving people's chance.
Yeah, no, okay, I completely agree. To be fair, there's been too many times where he's changed, but then today, what really worked against United, he tried to play in that game, so that was like him. That's why Pulisic didn't start, because he didn't start last game, and he had a little knock. So Frank tried to use the same system that beat United. So there's that, and then there's also. He is a bit brutal because there's been times at half time where, like, Gilmore wasn't playing very well in that one game. He just took him off. He was like, and he's a young kid. You got to be careful with some of these situations, but he did just take him off. So, and he's a young manager who's got a lot to learn still.
Well, I hope he's saving. As long as he's saving Pulisic for the final, I'll be happy.
Yeah, no, because... I think he will.
I
think he will. It can't after last night's performance. And also, quickly, special mention before we move on. Pulisic played so well that it overshadowed how good Hudson-Odoi was, because he's had a rough restart. He's had a rough season. He played really well. He didn't play as well as Pulisic, obviously.
The only thing I wanted to talk about with that is, yes, he didn't play badly, Jay, but I saw you like that bloody tweet that said, put some respect on Hudson-Odoi's name. He's as good as Foden. Like, fuck off.
I mean, they've got the same goal contributions.
The stats, mate. The stats are the same.
No, but he's a forward. He should be higher. Like, he's a midfielder.
Foden's been playing. No, Foden's been playing as a forward every time he's been on. He's been playing like on the left or right wing. He hasn't been playing him in the midfield.
No, he's been playing. He's been playing in that. He's been playing in that three. It's been Silva Foden.
No, he's been playing up front for City.
And then Mahrez. No. Well, how does he play up front when Mahrez and Sterling and De Bruyne not De Bruyne, Mahrez, Sterling and what's his name, Jesus are on?
I know.
He plays behind those three.
We got to go back to that because he's been playing up front for some of these games. I'll tell you now. So just to clarify on that, because Josh was really adamant that he hasn't. I went back to find some of the games that he's played in. This is our chat here. He's still defending it, but I went and found some of the lineups that he played really well, and 2 goals from the left wing, and then also in another game he's on the right wing with a goal. That was the Burnley game and the Brighton game. Since the restart, he's played a lot up front. So Josh, you can shove it, mate.
Well, he's not playing up front. What's he talking about?
He's been playing on the wing. There was an interview where someone asked him, do you like playing up front? He says, I don't mind it. And he was up front for that game.
He gets up front, but I'm just saying, if you look at that average position, I would guarantee.
Listen, anyway,
right, is further back.
Anyway,
no, I'm not.
Anyway, no, fuck off. Anyway, listen. Anyway, let me fucking speak, right, let me speak. I'm not saying he's as good as Foden. I think Foden's phenomenal. I just thought it was interesting that the stats were the same. I thought that's what was interesting about that. I'm not saying, I didn't even tweet about it. I like to tweet. I think Foden's incredible, and I can't wait to see what he does for England. And I hope City start playing him more. 100%. I'm not comparing it to it. I just thought it was interesting that Callum has the same stats as him.
Well, I think that's when you rely too heavily on stats and not actually watching.
Oh, fuck. This is the guy that keeps bringing up Dele Alli's stats or every other year.
That is true.
I haven't brought Dele Alli.
You haven't brought him up in a while because he ain't been playing, mate. But every time he's playing, you're like, don't forget, he scored as many goals as Lampard at his age. Yeah, so don't talk about stats, Josh.
We're talking 64 goals, not 5 assists. Like, there's a bit of a gap there.
So what?
It's a valid point, though, isn't it?
No, what is it, Josh? Are stats important or are they not important?
They are when they're phenomenal.
They are when it's about
in
Tottenham.
a season.
Yeah, it
5
only
assists in a season makes me kind of go, okay.
Yeah, when he's played
goals
6 times, Josh.
20.
When he's played like 6 or 7 times, Josh.
Why is he not playing, Jay? Why is he not playing?
Because he's been fucking injured, you nonce. Let's move on to the final day. This is what the pod's supposed to be about. Jesus Christ. One rule for one player, another rule for a different.
No, I'm just saying we're gonna look in 5 years' time and we're gonna see Greenwood, we're gonna see Foden, and we're gonna see like players like that. And I think Callum Hudson-Odoi is gonna be slightly left behind by the players that he's going to bring to. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you haven't said that. That's all I'm saying. I just don't really see it. I don't really see it with Hudson-Odoi. Maybe if he goes to Bayern Munich or Germany or somewhere, he can kick on. But at the moment, I just don't see it.
Yeah, not at the moment, but he's got a lot of class and a lot of potential, and he needs to. It's himself it's only him that can unlock it. You're right, and I think he can, and I think it's there, but he hasn't found it quite as much as Greenwood and Foden and all these lot have at the moment. You happy, Josh?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Alright, so last day of the season is going to be very tense because United play Leicester and we play Wolves, and that is 3rd through to 6th. So, so all the different outcomes. There's so many different outcomes. Wolves can't finish in the top 4, so there's that written off at the moment. I think we're in a good position because you and Leicester play, Adam.
Yeah,
but a draw there could be dangerous for us.
Well, I think Wolves are gonna want to finish above Tottenham, aren't they? So and. That's what it's looking at. So Wolves are 1 point in front of Tottenham. Mm-hmm. That's as much as that can go. But then, like you said, Leicester's going to be a tough game for us because it's... Well, not saying that. We always sort of do them over, but it's the last game of the season, and I think pressure is on... Well, it's on us more than anyone, I think.
Well, you've just pissed off the footballing gods by saying that. You just guaranteed you're getting slapped up.
The footballing gods.
You didn't say that before the game. Like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, the Leicester can still... There is still possibility for Leicester to secure top 4 football, which is incredible for Leicester. So they're going to fight so hard for that. They're going to fight even harder than West Ham played. What's that, sorry?
Why is a draw dangerous for you?
Well,
is a draw dangerous for you?
If they draw and we lose, Leicester go above us and we go 5th because we're on 63, they're on 62, and United are on 63. So if they draw, it's 64, 63, and we get done on goal difference.
Yeah, but that's fair. But then again, you can't really ask for more. You are Chelsea. You can't be asking for you should be drawing or winning, and if you don't draw or win. Even if you both settle for this kind of draw,
Yeah, definitely. I'm just saying, if we lose, which is is a possibility.
Are you wanting us to win, Jay, or not?
No, I'd rather Leicester win. I'd rather Leicester get top 4 than you, lot.
Yeah, but if you do get beat, you're still 5th.
Well, basically, Jay just needs Chelsea to win.
It's in our hands.
Yeah.
It's in our hands, which I'm happy it's in our hands, and I'm not constantly having to look at the other results and what's going on. But yeah. What about you, Josh? You said an interesting point.
Someone that does have to look at other results is... I was about to explain this to Adam before we started, but I'll explain it now, and therefore, by extension, explain it to you if you don't know. So, 5th, 6th and 7th are Europa League places. Tottenham cannot finish below 7th. However, if we beat Palace, who terrifyingly have lost 7 in a row, that is a terrifying prospect.
It's mad. That should never be terrifying, but it is.
They're going to slap us up. But if we beat Palace, which, okay, I'm going to say it, we should, and Chelsea beat Wolves, or draw, I think. I can't. Jay,
what?
Table?
Yeah, draw as well. Mm-hmm. You're 1 point ahead of Wolves.
And we win. Yeah, cool. So if we finish 6th, that's great. We're guaranteed European football. However, if we finish 7th, that's still European football. However, Adam, if Arsenal then beat Chelsea in the FA Cup, they take that spot from us.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And that is never, ever a position you want to be in as a football fan.
No, that's...
So, essentially, Adam, where I am now staring at the final 2 games of the season, of the whole season, being a Chelsea fan in both.
How's that feel?
Up the boys.
It's sad. It's a sad time. Genuinely, I have to hope that Chelsea win. I want Chelsea to win both those games, obviously.
Yeah. No. And
And then if Arsenal, well, actually, I don't care about. Well, actually, I don't want because then it becomes just not wanting Arsenal to win a trophy. But then,
Yeah.
you know, and then
So many
Arsenal
layers.
if they took a European spot off Wolves. Like it's such a difficult situation, and I don't want to. Also, imagine meeting Arsenal in Europe. Oh my god, I'd be a wreck. There'd be no podcast for me that week.
That would be
Like,
tough.
no, thank you.
It would be really tough. Like, I don't think I would. We met them in the final of the Europa League, and I was a bit of a wreck before that game. That was horrible.
Arsenal are just they're so up and down, and that final's going to be a massive game because they're not going to be pushovers. You can sort of see them winning it in a way. I'm sorry, Josh, but
Not me, the Chelsea fan. Against them.
Yeah.
Not sorry for you.
you've got your Europa League, right?
The one thing I will say is if Tottenham do their job and beat Palace by hook or by crook, like just make sure we win that game. The one thing that gives me hope, Adam, is you can't see Chelsea losing both their final games of the season. Can you?
You've said it now.
No, but I just don't think. No, I don't think you can. I think that if they lose one, they'll win the other. That just because they haven't been that. You haven't been consistently bad.
No, we've
I
had
know
one
that
off awful games.
you're facing 2 top teams. Let's not like it's not easy, but at the same time, you are Chelsea and you will finish in you're a Champions League team and will probably finish in the top 4 ahead of these teams. Like, let's not forget, like Arsenal are 10th. They've been playing well, but it's on paper, on paper, 3rd or 4th, whatever it ends up being for Chelsea, versus 10th.
Really good. Also, Arsenal did
Yeah.
lose to Villa as well. They have had their up and down at the moment.
So who are Arsenal playing?
Arsenal have.
Watford at home. Yeah.
Oh, of course it's Watford, yeah.
Yeah.
Because as the other interesting
brings
point,
us
Villa
down to
have
the
West
bottom, doesn't
Ham, which is Villa have just given themselves the greatest chance of staying up. Which Jay may not like Villa, and Villa may divide opinion, but you don't sack your manager. You don't sack your manager two games before the end of the season and expect to stay up. Get down.
Yeah, that is awful. That is awful. Watford make Chelsea look like saints when it comes to sacking managers. It is
But then
so
again,
mental.
You are talking about like we assume it's tactics, but we are talking about Nigel Pearson who called someone an ostrich and then tried to strangle MacArthur on the side of a pitch. Like you never know why they've sacked him. He might have like threatened like cleverly. Who knows?
But you stuck it up until the end of the season, surely.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you're going down with Sarr and Pereira as attackers, you've got a midfield of players like you've got Delafeu in that squad. You've got Cleverley. You've got like the defence maybe not, but when you've got Capoue and Decore was one of the most sought out midfielders last season, but no one could get him. Like everyone wanted CDM Decore, like just behind like Ndidi and Garnagayu. Like they shouldn't be anywhere near that position. So fuck them. They have that weird partnership with Udinese where they just swap players back and forth. They're weird. Like Fraser Forster's quite likeable, but apart from that, get down.
What about Troy Deeney, man? I like Troy Deeney.
He's alright. He slagged off Arsenal on that way. I like him because of that. But, he's had his moment now. I saw a great tweet that said, if Deeney is half the man I think he is, he'll use his captaincy to drop himself and put Welbeck back into the starting lineup for the final day. Which I thought was quite funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that Villa got that win. It's such a big win. They've snuck themselves just out of the relegation zone. It's only because of City slapping Watford as well, 4-0 goal difference. It's tight down there between them two.
Yeah, and if they'd avoided a slapping, they'd be alright, but they didn't, so fuck them.
Yeah,
I think
agree. I think
Watford will go down though in the end. I can't see him coming out of that now.
I think mentally, just sacking the manager. All the media coverage on them right now. The pressure is on them,
And if you had someone, like, don't get me wrong, I don't think Pearson is a world-beating manager, but I read this, you know, the little Sky, like, tagline. Managerless Watford face Pep City. And you're like, well, fuck you then. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I know they obviously have a caretaker doing all the on the sideline, but still, like, what do you want them to do?
Poor caretaker, man. That's so sad.
An Arteta.
I think it's the under 23s manager, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and they've made their own bed, and now they're gonna lie in it, and you know Villa can stay up, and we'll see if Grealish stays or goes, and we'll see if they can build and
spend another 100 mil.
One of the most annoying things I found this season is the fact that Egyptian winger has chosen to wear Trezeguet on his back, and what a bold move that is. Like, imagine if I joined Reading and just had Messi on it. Like, what are you doing? Like,
who's that with Messi on his back? Oh, it's Josh Park.
The fact that he has then, you know, put the nail in Arsenal's coffin, allowed us to finish above them. You know, redemption, Trezeguet redemption.
He deserves that name.
He's earned it.
It'll be interesting to see our predictions from the start of the season, because I forgot mine, to be honest with you.
I remembered one thing about it, and I'm the only one that said Liverpool will win, and I'm not happy about it. I think we're done, ain't we, boys?
Oh well. We're just a special one final shout out to Barnsley, who spent
big up the Barnes
every single week, like at least once a week since September, being in the relegation zone, and actually still finished the season in the relegation zone, but due to Wigan's point deduction, they stayed up. So
yeah, that was
congrats to Barnsley.
What a final day that was.
And I have nothing against Nottingham Forest, but it's just hilarious to laugh at a minute. Like,
oh yeah, Swansea just like the same stat. Swansea just final day of the season, booting them out. See you later. the fact that Swansea had to rely on such a big goal swing as well, like they were level on points with them and had to have a 5-goal swing, and they won 4-1, and Nottingham Forest lost 2-1, I think, wasn't they? And it just switched them on goal difference. Is so hard and so funny.
It's so crazy.
It was 4-1, weren't it? They got beat 4-1. I'm sure they did.
Oh, was it 4-1? So yeah, it was a massive goal. But as a final, all I sent to my Barnsley supporting mate after the 91st minute winner, and then every other result seeming to go in their favour, I just sent him a message just saying, "I'm so happy for you." It was such a wholesome time, because Viva la Barnsley. I've seen Barnsley play at Wembley, so you know.
Come on, Barnsley!
Up the Barnsley boys. Thank you for that, Josh. Thank you everyone for watching. That was our kind of like last day preview thing. We're gonna do some fan cams on the day. Reacting to it, and then we also got our finale next week, so tune around for that, like for that, subscribe for that.
And I know, before you say the final word, I know we're finishing, but I've just remembered something quite crucial, and you're going to have to give me a really quick answer for this.
Oh, for God's sake. As I'm outro.
Well, no, no, I'm sorry, but it's very important. Adam, what's the score going to be via Leicester?
2-0.
2-0. Jay, what's the score going to be against Wolves?
It's horrible, you horrible man. Well, so there's a curse going round at Chelsea, so I'm going to say 3-2.
Jay, we've got
3-2 Chelsea. 3-2 Chelsea is the curse.
Okay. 3-1 Tottenham. That's everything. Okay.
Tell your dads.
Tell your dads.